You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. It is important in this time and place to really focus on your function. Your function is to awaken from this dream. What is the dream? The dream is living in your mind with illusory ideas, feeling all kinds of feelings because of those illusory ideas and thoughts, and not knowing that you live in your own self-created dream. When you wake up through this process we share with you here, and that will continue for some time for you, you see that everything is a choice. What you focus on becomes stronger and more powerful in your life, and your connection to the divine allows miraculous things to happen. You wake up to realize that you may lucid dream. You know what a lucid dream is. When you lay in bed, dream, and know that you are dreaming. That means you can choose to fly if you want. You can choose to do whatever you want in your sleep. Some of you have had that experience. Well, that is what a master is. Somebody who lucid dreams in this time-space reality. That is a wonderful experience, to be fearless, to have the magnificent creative forces given to you at your fingertips to do good and share love and light. That really is the function of all of you. Sorry, that really is the function all of you have, to share love and light. It does not matter if you have fully accomplished this. If you are only sharing more love and light than you were a week ago, you work miracles you cannot even see. Miracles that show up in your life in fortuitous events and wonderful meetings and opportunities that would not have come to you otherwise. Of course, you cannot do a double-blind study to prove what your life would have been like, but we guarantee that when you pass over from this realm, you will be shown the many forks in the road you have taken in your destiny, using your free will to choose love instead of fear. And you will see the network of miracles that sprouted from those loving decisions. You will, if you're lucky, get to see what could have happened if you took the old road of fear and the ego's way. These are some of the great exciting things you have to look forward to. Miracles sprouting up all around you, great health, great happiness, and a wonderful experience here. It is not reality. There is a reality beyond this one, but you dream a happy dream. You do not live in pain and suffering and believe every single illusion your mind makes up. That is not fun when you experience those kind of things. I am that one you know as Jesus, and we encourage you to double down now on your practice. You have come to lesson 82. You have gone past the honeymoon period where it's all very exciting and easy. You now get into the nitty-gritty of seeing what your mind can get up to. Do not be frightened by it. It is merely a cloud bank that is intimidating. It is the light behind the clouds that you now want to seek. Whenever you see a shadow, whenever you see a dense cloud coming towards you, of fear, judgment, scarcity thinking, understand in your heart and mind this is an illusion. It is not real. It is not of God. Focus on that which is divine, and you will go through those mists, those confusing mists of illusion without harm. You will in fact experience that many times as you do these lessons. Sorry, you will in fact experience that many times as you do these lessons. You feel fear, you call upon the lessons you learned, and you go through that fear and come out the other side and realize it was nothing. It was just an illusion that your mind made up. For many years you believed those sorts of things, and now you realize you don't need to. I am that one you know as Jesus. We will speak to you again tomorrow. That's the end.
Open your eyes and come back into the room. We have 18 minutes for sharing. If you'd like to share, raise your hand and I'll invite you to take yourself off mute. Who would like to share? Evelyn.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Douglas. That was very uplifting. Just wonderfully speaking to us as an elder brother in very human terms, very understanding of the human condition. And so it's just so beautiful as Jesus always is. It's lovely. Thank you very much indeed. Very lovely. Thank you.
Thank you, Evelyn.
Who would like to share? Jim, Douglas, where did that reading come from?
It's from the book called A Year of Forgiveness.
A Year of Forgiveness.
Yeah. Channeled by Tina Spalding.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Basically, he's commenting on every lesson in the workbook. Yeah. And that was just one. That was the review 2, part 2, I think it was.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Who'd like to share? I think we're still meditating. Yes.
I was just thinking, Jesus has made our minds so still, there's nothing left to share.
Anyone like to share about anything at all? Like what's going on in your life? If you're feeling peaceful, happy, any struggling, whatever. Vivian, and then Bridget.
Hi. Yes, it's not about struggling. It was when you were talking in the reading about being consciously aware of dreams and flying. Now, I've had several dreams of just flying, just flying, the spirit up. And it's always been absolutely wonderful. But I'm not sure at the time that I've been aware that I've been dreaming when I've been flying. But I've had several dreams when I've said to people, look, it's just so easy. You just go, you just fly. And they were they were always just lovely dreams. To fly is so free. This is why I sort of think of birds as such spiritual beings. They're free to fly everywhere and do what they want to do. And yeah, I honor nature in this way as well, you know. Yeah, birds are rather special to me, and I've had some interesting experiences with birds, and yeah, it's all to do with flying. I one day had just got up in the morning, drew the curtains, and immediately a beautiful pink dove landed on the windowsill outside and looked at me. And I looked back at this pink dove. I'm interested in birds. And I thought, well, I've never seen a pink dove. And so I came downstairs, looked through my books of birds, world books of birds, and just couldn't find a pink dove. But it was there on my windowsill in the morning. So that was rather lovely.
Mm. Mm. Thank you for sharing, Vivian.
And Bridget, would you like to share?
Well, it's nothing to do with today's lesson. It's just that I'm continuously putting all of the principles of the course. I'm always trying to apply them in my life, and in my personal life, with the personal relationship, etc. I've been working on that for a long, long time, and this person isn't really responding to it that well, and it's really all for his benefit. You know, it's not really for mine, but only a tiny bit. And over the last month or couple of months, somebody else has come into my life, which has ameliorated the painfulness of some aspect of this other relationship. And so to me, that, you know, that feels like a miracle. You know, it's taken the pain away from that, and I can deal with it better as well. So to me, that feels like a miracle. You know, having brought into play all the principles of the course with a lot of patience. So I'm very, very full of gratitude for that. But I still hope to be able to help this other person as well. So that's a huge miracle if I can manage that. So that's my little thought for today. Thank you.
So you're starting to see the effect of the work that you've done, right?
Yes, but over a long, I'm putting in so much patience to put in all the various principles, you know, that apply to everything. And that's you know, applies to us all in life, doesn't it? Every day. Because everything is connected, whether it's small everyday things or a big problem or a personal situation or just a general life situation. Everything is connected, isn't it?
Indeed. Yes. Thank you, Bridget.
Thank you.
Who would like to share? Oh, Jim. Jim, you're on mute.
You're on, yeah.
Yes, I'm just finding my way around this tablet. It's fairly new. But that was a very lovely reading you gave us, Douglas. Perfect. It seemed to sum up everything, really. We are here to wake from the dream. And I've noticed this at the weekend because I'm away at the moment, actually on a meditation retreat as it happens. And when I first arrived, that sense of disorientation came up. A sense of wanting to make this more homely, if you like, where I'm staying. And it was quite a wake-up call to see how I still find myself attached to places and people, because when I arrived, it soon became apparent that none of the people I was expecting to be here were here. Mm-hmm. I wanted to see familiar faces. They've changed the layout quite a bit since I was last here, so that was a bit disorienting. But of course, the mind is at home anywhere. the real mind it is at home anywhere. And when a sudden change happens, you move, you start off the day at home, you finish the day somewhere totally different, and in a strange environment. It brings up these attachments in me anyway, and how I then seek to try and make the place I'm staying in home, which is another aspect of the dream. Basically, I'm trying to create a new dream of who I am and what is real. And of course, what is real is simply the mind, the Holy Son of God, and the right mind. That's what's real, not anything in this world. But it's been an interesting week to see how that's been operating, and the reading you gave us is just perfect for that. Did you say it came from lesson 82?
It's the review of, I think 82 was the previous lesson, and then there's a review of several lessons. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you again anyway, Douglas. Great.
Thank you, James.
Who'd like to share? Vivian.
Hopefully, James, sharing this meditation with us all will make you feel more at home now.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Vivian.
Thank you, Vivian. Yeah. Actually, just to comment, James, I don't think you were online when, at the very beginning, we were talking about birth, because birth is something that I've focused on very much, is that how we are received at birth sets up the blocks that perhaps we've chosen. The very first minutes and hours of our life. And whenever we come to a new situation, like on a meditation retreat or wherever, the memory of our birth, how we are received, bubbles up to the surface. We're not aware of it, but if you feel uncomfortable at birth, you will feel uncomfortable in any new situation. I mean, to understand it is not that helpful, but to recognize it, oh, there I go once again, reacting to a new place, needing to make it feel at home, and just looking gently at it. I'd just mention that.
Who'd like to share?
But isn't that just natural insecurity when you when you approach something new? Isn't that natural in
Well,
any situation at all?
you could say being in a body is fearful and not natural. So yes, but someone who has a very gentle birth will not experience it anything like to that extent. I well, very briefly was witness to a water birth of a young lady, well, a couple who had been doing rebirthing for several years with me, and they chose to have a water birth with dim light and very soft music playing. The husband was in the tub with the mother, and the baby came out in the water, and the father took the baby very slowly out of the water. And when it came out of the water, it looked like this. Didn't make any screaming, no sounds, was put on the mother's breast and just held there in very dim light. Now, I didn't see this family for 18 years, and I came and visited them in Italy where they lived. And this young lady had become one of the most present young ladies I have ever met. She was correcting, well, kind of goading, or not goading, helping their parents see it differently in every moment. It was a wonderful experience. Now, I know that's just one birth, but it is a sign of how You know, when you go to a party, how are you welcomed when you enter the door will probably affect how you feel for the rest of the party. And that's how birth is.
Wow.
Yeah. People don't realize how important that first moment, as we take our first breath, that moment where we individuate from mother, is that moment when we, oh, now I'm an independent, separate being right at my birth as I take that first breath. Because up to that moment, I've been feeling one with my mother through the cord and in her body, of course. And that first breath, how I'm feeling as I take my first breath, will determine how I feel as I take life for the rest of my life.
But isn't it also the central nervous system and how it's nurtured or lack of nurture throughout
Exactly.
infancy, etc.?
Of course, it all affects you, but the birth experience sets the stage, which gets influenced better or worse thereafter. But that first moment is the most important moment. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm. Thank you, Bridget.
Because it shows you how important, say, your birthing situation is, and your immediate afterbirth and infancy is in
Exactly.
nurturing your mental states, etc.
Yeah,
and your
we're
nervous
making up our mind
system.
right from that first breath, and we're either confirming it, as you say, later on, or
Detracting from it.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, we've come to the end of our time together. Thank you all for being here, and it's lovely to see you all. And thank you, Douglas, for joining us and leading us into meditation.
It's a pleasure.
Love
Thank you.
to love you all.
Thank you, Douglas.
Lovely to see you, Douglas.